Hey guys, Caterpillar here again with another video. This not being Minecraft totally. This is just going to be my Christmas special, which I talked about in Fellbound's NFL Tour video if you watched that. And I'm very sorry I haven't been able to upload. That's due to certain reasons. One's concerning something I had to do for school, which took me a lot of time. And then another thing I had to do with a school project. So kind of school has been getting into my way. I do a lot of extra activities that Felldown doesn't. So that's why he's been uploading and I have not. But in this Christmas special, like I talked about, I'm going to be giving you a special tutorial on how to make a texture pack. Now, you might have seen my texture pack, which I actually haven't worked on. I'm going to work on it some other time. I'm going to try and get it up once, but I'll do that later. So, first of all, what you're going to need is a clean extraction of your Minecraft folder, and that has all the different files that correspond to what you see in Minecraft, like this. The pixel art for everything in Minecraft has to be done somewhere, and it's saved in your Minecraft folder. So first we need to get into your Minecraft folder and make a copy of that so we can edit those files in our software. I'm going to use paint.net. There will be a download link in the description to download it. But you can use something like Photoshop. The ideas are very simple, but I'm going to give you a technique at the end that I usually use. And I'm using paint.net because Photoshop is very expensive, and paint.net is actually pretty straightforward and easy to use. There are a couple things that I don't like that are kind of annoying, but I'm just going to kind of go aside that, not really worry about it. So first you want to go into your start menu, like I just did, and you're going to type %, app data, %, and then click enter. So in case you didn't know, this is where all your program's files are stored. So if I scroll all over this, is there everything I've downloaded. And normally Minecraft, if you've installed it, is going to be at the top. If not, just search. It should be at the top though. And then you're going to find everything in your Minecraft folder. You can also make saves of your different worlds. You can find your screenshots here that you've taken. Some random things. And texture packs. But I'll get into that later. And yeah, a bunch of random stuff. But you're going to focus on the bin folder. If you go in the bin folder, you should find the one called Minecraft, not Minecraft 1.8 or whatever. I don't really know. Just find the one that's an executable jar file. It's probably going to be the biggest in size. Notice how it's 2,259 kilobytes, which is very big compared to all the others, because it stores everything in Minecraft, basically. So what you're going to do is you're going to need something like WinRAR or 7-zip. I use WinRAR, and I'll put a link for it in the description if you don't have it already. It is something that can extract these as a zip file. Now this is a jar file, which you can't open easily, and you can't get into the inner workings. So you're going to have to use an extraction program like WinRAR. So you're going to do extract files. Right click on extract files, and I'm just going to do this to my desktop in a new folder, and I'll call it YouTube texture pack to abbreviate, and I have caps lock on, so that kind of worked out weird. Pack. There. So this may take a little bit of time, not that long of course, since it has a lot to extract, as you can see. So this is basically copying the files so that you can easily open them. But the reason there are so many things is because of all these class files. And if you open these just kind of look random stuff, but they have some stuff to do with Java. You don't need these, so what I would recommend doing is just deleting them all. So, but make sure in here is mixed in with all the very important files, so make sure you don't delete any of them. So just kind of scroll through. If you have good eyesight, you're just going to probably catch things. Like there, you probably saw some. Like, the PNG images, do not delete those. So then I'm just going to hold down Shift and delete all of these. Yep. It may take some time because there is a lot to delete. Just going to go back to the top, make sure I didn't delete anything I didn't want to. So yeah, then I'll select this one. Again, be very careful because you don't want to delete something. It doesn't make too much of a difference because you can just re-extract it, but that gets annoying. And I just did the wrong thing, dang it. So I'm just going to select all this. There, and then click delete. Yeah. Just delete everything that is useless. And this is actually for too many items. So if you downloaded a mod like too many items, they usually come with files like this because they also have pixel art to put in with. So that's how you do mod compatibility with your texture packs. Just edit the files too. That's just kind of a little side pack if you wanted to know. Of course, basically the main thing out of all of this, after you've deleted all the class files, and only the class files hopefully, is the terrain image. If we open this, this is all the blocks in Minecraft, with the exception of a couple. But this is basically everything you'll see in the default texture pack. And, okay, so what I'm going to do is right-click, open with Paint.net, since that's what I'm using. And then we're going to be able to edit it. Now, you're going to want to make sure, because by default this is 16 by 16 texture pack. And you can make an HD texture pack, but you have to make sure you don't make it too HD, higher than Minecraft can support with MC Patcher HD Fix, and I just drew a line. Did not want to do that. So, if you're going to make an HD texture pack, make sure it is one of the compatible texture files. Like, make sure that it is compatible with MC Patcher HD Fix. But I'm just going to show you how to do 16 by 16 because my computer is kind of stinky, so it can't really handle the HD texture packs, even with the fix, because the fix doesn't work for me. But yeah, so I'm going to kind of just go in and explain some things I need to explain, but I don't need to do much. Then I'm going to give you a little tips and tricks on how to make this a bunch easier using Paint.net. So if you're planning to use Photoshop or something, you don't have to watch the end of the video where I'm going to kind of show you around the tips and tricks. Yeah, that kind of came out of my mouth weird. So you'll see all this stuff, but the new 1.0 compatible things, like all this. But up here are the main things you're going to want to edit, and of course you're going to edit anything else. But make sure you do not use Paint. Just plain Paint, the one that comes with most computers, except for Macintoshes or Linux. Actually, I don't know if it comes with Linux. I don't have one, so I don't know. Please correct me. So I was talking. So yeah, don't use Paint because it can't do transparency, because transparency is very important because you don't want weird black outlines around everything, because Paint just picks up transparencies, black outlines, or white. So yeah, that's why I use Paint.net, because it's simple and it can do transparency. So the first file is actually the top of grass. The reason it's gray is because if I actually go back into here, I don't know which one it's in. I'll have to kind of look through. Is it calm? No. I'm sorry, I'm looking for it. What did I just do? Oh, why is it in? Sorry. Okay, so you see grass color? This is the file that changes the grass depending on the biome. So, I'm just going to open this up. You see, down in this area, this would be like a swamp biome. This would kind of be like plains or default. So this file, Minecraft recognizes different parts of this as different biome colors. So it's that file, this grass color file, that actually edits the color of this. So if you made this gray, then these would always match and always match the biome. So I recommend doing that to make it look better, because it does. So most of these files are self-explanatory, but I'll tell you, don't edit the chest file here because it's not actually going to do anything if you look in, because if I go back here and if I go to item, I believe it is, yeah, you see, since chests are slightly smaller than a whole block, they look different. So if you want to make a different chest, use these two files. This also includes signs, books, boats, and everything that kind of has odd irregular shapes they want to be messing with. So I'm actually going to start drawing right here. I'll just kind of draw something random. Then actually I'll show you how to import things. So I'm just going to use the pencil tool. Maybe I'll zoom in. Yeah. And move the screen over. Back to pencil tool. And you can just basically kind of draw. Do something weird. Don't really care. Kind of got into the wooden planks texture on accident. So just edit stuff. Let's do a little swirly. Let's just kind of make some little pinpoints that are recognizable. I'll do a weird brown thingy for wooden planks. Oh, for stone, where's stone? Oh, there's stone. That's not very recognizable. I'll put a happy face on stone. There. So you're just going to do File, Save, then OK. So you've made your edits, and oops, where is it? Oops, I think I closed it out. So I'll just open up here. And you might have not saved it wrong, so just make sure. Yep, I did save it right. So then you can edit all these other files. There are so many. If you're confused about some of them, you can watch some more tutorials that go more in-depth in this. There's also the pack, which is the icon of your pack when you put it into Minecraft. There's the particles, which are everything that kind of pop up. They're the weird book icons, water splashes, torch fire, things you'll probably want to edit. So after you've done all that, what you're going to do, actually, I think I'm gonna edit this pack, what the icon is going to look like. So I'll just do something basic. I'll do a big, nope. Do a big old happy face. There. Then I'll just save that. Okay. And then you're going to, again, you're going to need WinRAR for this step. You're going to select everything, right click, and add to archive. Now make sure when you're here that you save this as a .zip file, not a .rar, because it won't work as a .zip. I mean a .rar, sorry. So then you're just going to click OK. It's going to do everything, and here you have it as a WinRAR or 7-zip file, depends on what program you're using. So I'm going to go into Minecraft, which I mistakenly forgot to open. So I'll just do that. And yeah, so I actually can't upload videos this weekend. I'm very sorry about that. I'm going to San Antonio for a little trip. So I'm not going to be uploading this weekend, but I will do more uploads before and after that. So yeah, I'm going to log in, downloading terrain. And as updates go on, the files are going to look slightly different as more blocks are taken away and placed. Pumpkinhead. Interesting. So once you go in, you're going to go to Texture Packs, open Texture Pack folder. And in here, you're going to find all your texture packs. If you've installed some, you're going to see many different things like me. If not, then it's probably going to be empty. So yeah, I'm going to go in here, and take my YouTube texture pack thing and just simply move it right into that folder. I'll close out of these and go back here. So I'll just kind of scroll along and what's this? YouTube TP.zip? Oh, it has a happy face icon. So yeah, it simply just goes in there. It's that easy, really. So just click done, then go into a random world. This is actually, I don't want to kind of show you too much, actually. But yeah, you see that everything I kind of did is still here. The little scribble I put on the grass, the weird siding that I put, and here's some wooden planks. And if we dig into the earth, there's the happy face stone. So you're probably going to edit it like much better than mine, of course, because you're actually taking this seriously. But that's how you make a texture pack. And when you take your time and do a lot of work like this, you can make an epic texture pack like this one. This is the Painterly pack. It's a fully customizable texture pack, which is very cool. I'll put a link in the description just for the heck of it. And it's really cool. I really like the look of it because you have so many different so many different options to do from. So yeah, that's the basics of how to make a texture pack. So I'm now going to go back into paint.net and I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on making texture packs a bit better. So I'm actually going to open Google Chrome here when it loads. This is just part of the tutorial. This is how I'm doing my Reality Craft one. My Reality Craft texture pack, but it's actually called the Catter Pack since I made it. Reality Craft is probably a taken name. So I'm just going to go to Google, Images, and I'll just do the grass texture. So I'll search grass. How did I spell? I'll actually just do the dirt texture. Dirt. So yeah, these look suitable. How about this one? This one looks lovely. So I'm just going to save this image as, and my computer stops being slow. I'll save it conveniently into YouTube texture packs. Yeah. So then I'm going to go back into there, which is somewhere not where I want it to be. Dang it. Open. There. And then I'm just going to right click with this. I'm going to open with paint.net. And I'm just going to kind of take this. You have to select this mouse cursor tool so that it's actually selecting something. Then I'm going to press Control C or copy. You could just do edit, copy. And then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to do Control V, aka edit paste. I'm going to keep the canvas size. And as you can see, it actually changes the resolution automatically, which is very handy in Paint.net. That's just one of the features. And I'll just kind of talk as I shrink this down. But yeah, so you see it's taking shape. And it actually kind of looks nice, as you're probably seeing. I'm actually thinking I might use this texture pack for the Reality Craft texture pack. So yeah, then you just kind of move that in place and you have a nice realistic looking dirt. How about that? I'm actually going to go back here and I'm going thought there was a, I don't really know. I'm actually going to try something. I'm going to try adding a new layer. I'm actually just experimenting at the moment. I'm going to try dark green, but I'm going to make it kind of transparent. No, just make it, yeah, I'm not going to make it transparent. And I'll just start painting. That's a very small brush size. I'm going to make that much bigger. So if I'm just going to kind of blur that. And it looks so stupid right now, but once I add a couple of effects and then put it into the other one, it's going to look good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add noise, which basically kind of, not going to do too much intensity. Oh, I'm actually going to cancel that, and I'm going to merge down these layers. Merge down. And there. Now I'm going to effects, add noise. I'm going to do much less intensity. Yeah. And I'll also blur this. Maybe do a motion blur downwards. So of course it doesn't look like anything that cool at the moment, of course. So I'm just gonna select all of this. Make sure I select it. Then I'm going to edit. I'm just gonna do copy. And then paste. And I'm gonna keep the canvas size and shrink this down. And then we easily just have both of our textures done and ready to go. So that's kind of a simple way of making a relatively, actually kind of realistic texture pack. So when I shrink this down, it's going to look much more decent when I can actually work this. Okay, so we'll shrink this down to about size. Looks pretty good. Of course, it's not anything special. I would do something much more better. But here's an important step of doing this. I'm just going to actually file new. I'm going to make the width and height whatever, but I need to make the resolution 16 by 16. That's important since it is a 16 by 16 texture pack. So I'm actually going to edit, copy this, and then edit, paste it. And I'm going to actually zoom in here. Move over, move up. Okay, maybe zoom out a little bit. Yeah. Then I'm going to, again, do Control V, which pastes it again. And what you're going to need to do is kind of move these side by side and make sure they tile correctly. What I mean by tiling is that they fit together like a perfect puzzle piece. So they don't look weird when they kind of fit together, because then that's going to look really weird when you put it into Minecraft. So I'm going to move my cursor over here, select the dirt texture, and make sure that looks good. Control C, Control V. And I'm going to move this under the dirt to make sure that looks good. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I think maybe what I'm going to do is Control V one more time and just kind of move this up one. There. So I think now I'm just going to Control C, Control V. So there, that's a new dirt texture. So just kind of make some adjustments, make some new tiling. So it looks good together. So there you kind of have it. So I'm just going to save this again. Whatever, cancel. Just minimize this. I'm going to get this dirt texture out, and I'll just clean out my desktop later because I'm very, very OCD. So I'm just going to do this again, add to archive, I just said T. Add to archive.zip. It's just going to kind of load. And that is a little tip on just kind of simply making, hold on, let me see how long I've been recording. Okay. That's a tip on simply, easily making a kind of realistic texture pack for Minecraft. So I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to save and quit to the title. Go back to texture packs, open the folder. Take these and move it in. Oh, I forgot something. Cancel. So, actually what I forgot is to replace the texture pack, or to do anything, you're going to have to switch to another, oh, I was already switched to another texture pack. But, if you're on your texture pack, like, I wouldn't work if I was on this texture pack since it's open in Java, or Minecraft. So, just a little tidbit of information. So I'm going to move to texture packs. I'm going to replace that. And yeah, so I'll just close out of these, and let's hope it works. And you see, that looks pretty cool. And I just opened the wrong texture pack, did I? This is my Reality Craft texture pack. I must have selected the wrong one. I apologize. Yeah, I selected Reality Craft on accident. There we go. That was kind of odd of me. But, yeah, you see the sides have now changed, and they kind of look more realistic, except for the grass, since I just scribbled that on. But overall, that looks kind of nice. So, if that's just a simple way to make texture packs in Minecraft. So, if you have any questions, please leave a comment, rate, and do whatever in your will to make me happy, because I love it. I'm making you. No, I'm not forcing you. I just really appreciate any feedback to know that there's someone out there other than my friends watching my videos. And I'm actually not going to show you what's over there, since, actually, no, I'm going to show you what's over there. This is the finished house. Yes, I finished it off screen. I'm actually going to switch to a decent texture pack since there's these weird scribbles on the one we made. And I just passed it. Yeah, this is my new favorite texture pack. It's a painterly. So, once I go in here, yeah, I finished it, and I think it looks really nice. It's actually the new server world. It's the new server world, so you'll see me, Fell Down, and Bacon Pox, aka my sister, playing on it more often. I just really like this world, and I actually kind of like the seed. If you want to know what the seed is, there, it's over there. 189357427. So yeah, just copy that down if you want the same sort of world. You could also see my X, Y, and Z coordinates. There's actually this cool ravine that I had to kind of edit because it goes right under this house. If I dug out this block of dirt, it would go right into a ravine. But it also went handy for mining. So I guess I'll give you a little tutorial of the house. So I finished this, and I did this whole thing with that weird mouse glitch. And you know what I'm not having the mouse glitch for some reason. Now I'm not having it. So, it's just to give you a little tour.